The iconic headbands were created to save the artist's time and energy.
The headbands worn by the cast of Naruto are perhaps the show's most instantly recognizable asset. Despite their high potential for merchandising, the headbands were actually introduced because the artists wanted to conserve resources. At the beginning of the series, Naruto is seen wearing a pair of goggles in place of a headband. As it turns out, it takes a lot longer to sketch an ornate pair of goggles than it does to draw a flat, wide headband. In an effort to save time and energy, Naruto, along with many other characters, is given a headband to wear, which makes him much easier to reproduce.
The Sannin trio's names reference a beloved novel.
Many of the characters in Naruto are named after other popular franchises or well-known folk tales. For example, Jiraiya Orochimaru and Tsunade Akka the legendary Sannin are all named after characters from an old Japanese book called The Ballad of the Hero Jiraiya.
At one point, Kakashi had a catchphrase.
Early on in the show's development, Kakashi was supposed to end each of his sentences with the Japanese phrase gazaru. This term is an archaic form of the modern-day desu, which typically ends Japanese sentences, and which translates literally as to be. The polite phrase is most commonly heard in historical dramas, and is featured heavily in samurai media such as Rurouni Kenshin and Seven Samurai. Naruto is in no way historical. It sort of makes sense why Kakashi would be such a fan of the phrase, as the series definitely does not take place in a modern era. Ultimately, the idea was scrapped by the manga's editor, who believed that the character would have more room for growth if he was not tied to a campy catchphrase.
Originally, Naruto was set in modern times.
Originally, Naruto was set in modern times.
The techniques Kakuzu uses come from Mobile Suit Gundam.
The techniques Kakuzu uses come from Mobile Suit Gundam.
The German dub of Naruto axed out blades.
In Germany, there are a ton of restrictions on violent video games, anime, and other media. Because of these laws, Naruto had to remove any and all blades that appeared on screen, which made for some awkward and confusing moments. In the German version of the show, when Zabuza stands on his sword, it looks like he's just floating in the air. If you look closely, the hilt of his sword is still visible, but the blade is completely removed. The creator had to wait until the series was complete before he could go on his honeymoon.
Toads are named after famous actors.
The toads are named after famous actors.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care. Bye.